I've been asked a question on Beej mantras. What are they? How do they work? What is a Beej mantra? So, Beej mantra is the seed state, It's the most concentrated form of a specific energy. Like you have a Beej mantra for Shiva, you have a Beej mantra for the Mahahvidyas, you have Beej mantras. They are the seed state mantras. If you plant those in fertile soil and you do them openly, okay, with full attention, intention, then what you're going to grow is the energy that is relating to, whether it's Shiva and you're working on that type of energy. Like I said, each one of the Hindu gods, goddesses are a different aspect of the divine is, okay? Each one of them is a different energetic signal, okay? Everything in the universe is made up of energy. It's like the Christian. The Christian, there are 144 different names of God. Jehovah Jireh, the provider. Okay, so if you had each one of those and you made a symbol of it, you would have the same thing as Hindu pantheon of all the gods and goddesses. Okay, so basically it's kind of an interchangeable type of thing. You go into that energy. It's like we had, if you are in a contemplative order, you're a Christian, you're in a contemplative order, usually you are surrendered. Like you read about John of the Cross, was very surrendered into one particular aspect of the divine, okay? So you can totally and fully immerse in that, and that wisdom will come forward, that energy will come forward, okay? Was always also asked to do a reading on the 10 Mahahvidyas. Well, you want 10 different readings? you want to do all the Mahahvidyas in one reading? Basically, I could tell you the 10 Mahahvidyas are aspects of Kali, okay? The different aspects of Kali, and what they're there to do. If you read the Chandipat, okay, you'll see what was the last demon to fight. The biggest demon there was ego, okay? And then there was the breakdown of ego of all these different aspects of it that were being fought with throughout the Chandipat, okay? So basically, the 10 Mahahvidyas are there to take one beyond ego, if you use it the correct way, okay? Now, a lot of people will use it as black magic, try to turn it into something it's not, misuse it. They don't understand what it's for. They misuse it and try to abuse others with it, and that's not what it's for. 10 Mahahvidyas are there to break through ego. Each one of them has a particular aspect of that energy that is worked with or broken through, okay? Or try to work on suppressing, okay, within the ego in order to bring one to realization, okay? So that's what I'll tell you about it very quickly about the 10 Mahahvidyas, okay? They're there to break through ego, okay? Put it in a nutshell. To take one beyond that delusion and illusion of this ego story that one has built up of separation. Okay, now Kali is time, Kali is Kundalini. Kali can either liberate, or if you're misusing and abusing these things, can delude, take you into total delusion, okay? So very powerful if you understand what Kali is. You know, Kali is always shown as being very fearsome. You know, the tongue hanging out, we've got the blood dripping black, you know, you have to go into that infinite darkness. You have to traverse the fears and all of these things that you have that are holding you back. You have to, you know, engage in that in order to break through it, okay? So you have to be willing to face these. If you cannot even face just seeing that manifestation and it's so fearful, then you're not ready for this path. You're not ready for that type of path. You have to be willing to go into those fears and all of that to break through it, okay? And so that's what Kali and the Mahahvidyas are about, okay? It's breaking through. The ears. Mr. Max, you're so funny. You're such a good boy. But again, it's about going through your own journey and the fallacies, everything you've gathered and collected. It's going to put it in your face to see it point blank for what it is and what it's not, okay? So yes, Kali can be the great liberator, or she can delude you further and further if you are misusing and abusing what is there, okay? Time heals all wounds and wounds all heals, okay? Depending on which end of the spectrum you are at with that, okay? So thank you for your question, and I'll see you online. Isn't that right, Mr. Max? Yes.